安全监察专员、航空安全办公室主任朱涛、民航局航空事故调查中心主任毛延峰、东方航空集团公司宣传部部长刘晓东、广西壮族自治区梧州市副市长、公安局局长劳高进。首先，请朱涛主任介绍指挥部重点工作安排及相关进展。
当前，搜救依然是我们工作的重中之重。截至目前，应急指挥部总计出动7280人次、200余台车辆、5架直升机及大批搜寻救援设备。搜寻救援工作人员还在逐一摸排事发区域附近摄像头和目击者，努力寻找进一步的线索，并在技术调查组的协助下，进一步扩大搜索范围。虽然仍未找到事故幸存者，但我们从未放弃寻找幸存者的努力。另一方面，我们将搜救工作与事故调查前期工作有机结合，在核心区域内，已采用一批探测设备开展现场勘探及浅表层施工。根据初步勘探结果，应急处置指挥部组织有关方面专业人员研究制定核心区域开挖方案，为下一步搜救工作提供指引，也为网格式摸排搜寻第二个黑匣子提供技术支撑。在按计划开展搜寻救援、技术调查的同时，应急处置指挥部积极收集失联旅客家属诉求，由东航及善后工作组牵头开展家属援助工作，为遇难者家属排忧解难，建立家属信息滚动清单，动态掌握家属来无及返程信息，以便为他们提供更好的服务。截至25时。
The command center has collected the appeals of the families of those passengers aboard. We are providing mental support, relieving their pains, providing them with the latest updates, and providing them with transport services. As of 10 o'clock in the morning today, 531 families of the 123.
And for the human remains, the personal belongings will also be our services to give a good transportation and storage of ODs, DA self-belongings, and will also provide DA services to family members in terms of DA transportation, accommodation, and also DA psychological consulting. And we also have a team of medics work around the clock to provide the service and medical needs to the family members. And also at the teams, we also will give the testing to the people involved, and also all the working staff will also manage in a closed loop management, and for key areas we'll also conduct disinfection work. Now I give the floor to Mr. Lau to give you the update information regarding the rescue work by the police. Let me give you the updated information regarding the latest progress today. The headquarters asked the rescuers to strengthen the efforts to conduct the search work at the core area of the rescue scene while expanding the rescue scope by mobilizing 2,248 rescuers plus 100 and more sets of vehicles and equipment. We run against the time to make our efforts in search and rescuing work. As of 9 o'clock this morning, and also we have mobilized villagers who also give us help to conduct this inch-by-inch searching work. The experts also give us on-site guidance. The police has dispatched 34 working groups to conduct the battle features, the on-site investigation, remain identification, DNA checking and comparing work. So the front line and collect the evidence at the backstage. We continue the work on checking the evidence, make sure there's a seamless work follow up by the front and the later side. As of 3 p.m. this afternoon, we found some human remains, and we have found and extracted the fingerprints totaling 18 samples and more than 100 personal belongings from the site as well. The police agency also immediately dispatched 3 sets of the supplies, including the laser lighting and also the power generator propelled by gasoline. And we will also do a good job to protect the rescue work can be conducted in a very smooth way, and by mobilizing more than 3,000 police at the 12 key places and 5 key transportation checking points. So the personnel will be conducting work in 4 teams, and they will do their work in 3 shifts. After the crash, we immediately initiated our emergency mechanism, ensuring a smooth working flow. More than 2,000 police have been involved in searching, logistic guarantee, and also the after-crash work. First, we immediately opened the green channel for rescue operation. The crash happened in a mountainous area with a slope, the steep slope, and also is very heavily forested. We have found at the crash site quite close to the expressway, so we actually opened a green channel from the expressway. Otherwise, the vehicles, the personnel need to travel 11 kilometers more. Second, we also provide the energy supply, and in the recent days, it's the continued raining days. So we mobilize the resources, including 68 emergency power grid trucks, 80 lighting trucks, 20 the marine telecommunication satellite equipment to the scene. And also we have dispatched more than 800 meters the insulated cable lines, and also we have the supporting teams to amplify the telecommunication signal. And we also worked with the different emergency departments, make sure that we do an immediate resource allocation across the board. Third, regarding the aftermath follow-up work, we have mobilized more than 500 personnel to organize a specific working team. We provide one-on-one service to the deceased family members, and also arranged the work to accompany the family members to pay visits to the on-site, and also provide the psychological service, and also have 24 designated hospitals and 120 chartered vehicles available for the family members. And also we have arranged 375 family members to visit the sites, and for the key venues and the key transportation paths, we also set up 18 body temperature mirrors. And also for 18 key areas, they've also conducted the disinfected areas, and also 28 testing booths also be established. For people involved in all these services, they will be tested every day. So far, more than 9,000 people have been tested. Make sure that we also follow the COVID-19 prevention measures. I give the floor to Mr. Liu to talk about the after-crash arrangement. Now, I would like to give you the information regarding the family service provided. For each family of the bereaved, we have a team of 3, which means 1 staff from the China Eastern Airlines and 1 person to provide the comforting service, and also 1 to provide after-crash service. So these group of 3 may work in different places, but at least 1 bereaved family will have a team of 3 to give them needed service. Based on this working mechanism, for 123 passengers, and we have more than 300 personnel to provide frontline service. Around 160 people in Wuzhou, Guangxi, Yunnan, Guangdong. Authorities also established a specific working group, so we work together to provide service to the family. Based on each family's specific needs, we also have a team to carry out the work, including the psychological counseling service, information, and also the insurance premium service, and also the legal service. The executive team of the China Eastern Airlines visited the family members in different places and also listened to the family members' needs. Because of the transportation issues, some of the families are not been visited yet, and we will also arrange the further visits. And regarding information announcement, the aftermath crash, the legals, and also the other issues also under communication, and we will do our best to provide and meet their service. Every day, we have seen the bereaved family members left Wuzhou or have planned to visit Wuzhou. The company works with the Wuzhou government to provide accommodation service. And also right now, the weather is changing frequently, and we also keep communication with family visiting Wuzhou, and also to practice the COVID-19 measures. If the family decide to stay where they are, and we will provide service to meet their needs for after-crash requirement. And to the Q&A session, and with the first question, and some media reports that these need 10 to 15 days to get data from the black box. Is that true, Mr. Mao? For the black box, I believe it's needed to give you a brief introduction about the process of downloading data. So that a flight recorder, including the flight data recorder and a cockpit recorder, the purpose is that if the accident or incident happened, then that's easier for us to know the cause of a crisis, and also it's required to install 2 black boxes. So that's including the data storage and also the board of electricity and also the waiver sending. So in order to download the data, so you need to have the power to switch the box on, and then you need to have different software to download all these data for different producers that require the different parts and where to download. And for the data download from the non-damaged data box, then you need to make sure that nothing happened. So in terms of that you have already connected the power and make sure that nothing is going wrong, and then you can download the data, and you need to use the correct software to download the data and then for analysis. Another scenario is no matter it's interior or the interior is damaged, but the storage of data is complete, then you need to first to get the data storage separate from the box, and then to get the chips from the data storage to check whether it's intact or not. If yes, and then you need to install into the identical data processor, and then you follow the same process. And the third scenario is if we found the chips actually are damaged. Normally, the producer asks to send the chip back to the producer for restorage. So it's really hard to estimate the time. It should depend on the situation of the data. We talk about the interior of the CVR is damaged. So when we received the CVR, we are actually conducting the data downloading work. Right now, we don't have an exact timetable when we can download all the data. Second question is a news online saying that the MU5735 have that 1500 code. Is that true? Regarding this question, and Mr. Mao already answered, and the communication between the aircraft and the ground was normal, which means there is no Mayday code initiated from the MU5735. The third question, there are many video clips online showing that the local villagers using their motorcycles joined the rescue work. From day one, personnel from firefighting departments, armed police, and the militia personnel are involved. At the same time, the villagers from the surrounding villages also made their contribution. Let me show you some examples. First, because the crash site happened in Molang village of Chengxian County, and these crash sites only with one road access to the site. In order to guarantee the material supplies, the local villagers organized a motorcycle fleet to transfer and deliver the supplies to the core site on a voluntary basis. And one of the villagers found a debris with 1.3 meter long and 10 centimeter wide in its farmland, and also reported to relevant departments. Third example is that since the rescue work has been carried out, and we have received many donates, including the tents, rain boots, raincoats, and also the restaurants nearby also sent hot drinks and warm meals, milk, bread to the frontline rescuers. All of these shows that the local villagers share the same feeling with the bereaved family members, and they are very cooperative to the rescue work, giving the great support to our rescue and search work. The first question, right now recovered the crash wreckage, how we could deal with them. For the other remaining the wreckage, whether that already burned out or still buried underground, and the key pieces or the giant pieces we got from the core area, what it is. The aircraft wreckage first will be handed over to the investigation team. They need to be identified one piece by another piece to know exactly which piece it is, and they will be gathered in the centralized place, and also later on the group will be identified and classified and record all of these pieces. For the key pieces based on the investigation need will be carried further analysis to provide the evidence, and we will to see whether we collect the OD wreckage we could find, and after the investigation ended, and the wreckage will be returned to the relevant departments or companies, and for the key evidence will be restored. And some wreckage remain at the surface, some at the depths of 20 meters. Besides the one we already announced yesterday, and today at the core region, we have found the turbo box and also a part of the landing gear. Right now, we are to identify is the left landing gear or right landing gear. All right, the floor is open. With China Daily, we have seen that there is a discussion online saying that so far we haven't seen a list of a passenger's name. I'm wondering if we will release the name of the passengers. If yes, when is the time to release this? Thank you for your question. Yes, we have noticed that there's a public opinion saying that why we not issued the passenger's name. We talk about OD's information is the personal information is not included in the public release information scope. So whether we release or not, first we need to think whether that's really the urgent need to release all this information, because for some international the aircraft issues that you need to release the information of all the passengers so you can contact their family members. But right now, for the case of this crash, we have already contacted all the family members within 24 hours after the crash. So back to your question, we need to give the full respect to the privacy and also to respect the bereaved family members. With Phoenix TV, within 30 days, a preliminary report should be reported and released whether that is international practice, and also we will release the report in English as well. And according to the Article 13 of the Chicago Treaty and other international standards, the preliminary report should be sent to the related countries and International Aviation Authority. And also International Aviation Authority also asks the report should be released in the working language. So Chinese and English are both the working languages. And also according to international practice, that within 30 days after the crash, and the preliminary report should be reported and submitted to the International Aviation Authority. So we will also carry out our work following all the requirements. That's the end of the press conference. Thank you.